The mighty hamburger, the food of America. This sexy, scrumptious treat is as easy to undercomplicate as it is to dust with truffles and bullshit. But today, we are going to show you the middle ground burger that will bring the best of two delicious franchises to life. Today on Hungry for More, we make a Shake Shack In-N-Out, baby. And it is glorious. Yeah. What's up, my peeps? Welcome back to Hungry for More. All right, the first thing we're going to do is take this pound patty of chuck brisket and we're going to cut that in half. See, all the good diner burgers have a double patty, not just one big one, and I think that is just a far superior way to make a burger. So we're going to form those two little patties into these appropriate sized little balls of meat. We're going to take a big flat pan with tall edges, and we're going to put that on our stove at a high heat. Now the tall edges are important because burgers, if you're cooking them at a high temp, kind of splatter everywhere and make everything stink for a long time. This is our burger sauce. This is basically just mayo, ketchup, and a little bit of mustard. I cut up some pickles in there and also added a little bit of pickle juice as well. This is like a combination of between Shake Shack and In-N-Out sauces. I added a little fresh paprika, a little pepper and salt as well. We got dill pickle chips. You may not like pickles on your burger, but I do. We got our onion jam and our weed jar. If you don't know how to make that, you can check my old video. And Martin's potato rolls. I'm using Martin's potato rolls because that is what Shake Shack swears by. It's got a nice fluffy exterior, but it's also something that has enough density to hold up. So once the pan is hot, you are adding some oil to it, and then you let that oil smoke. While the oil is smoking, you add your spices to your patties. You're not going to want to do this at any other time, right? Because if you add salt to a patty before it's ready to cook, then it just sits in salt and dries out, and you don't want that for a good burger. So here, I'm using the Shake Shack method to flatten the burgers. I'm putting the patties in the pan, and then I'm taking one spatula and using it to flatten the patty, and then I'm taking the other spatula and using it to press it down. And yeah, it should look like that. And now once that's all done, you're going to want to season up both of those unseasoned sides of the burger so that when you flip, you're getting a nice crust on both ends. Now while your burger begins to blacken like that, you see the bubbles starting to come up and the liquid starting to pool on top of the burgers. That's when you know they're done and they're ready for their flip. So once they look out like this, you're going to do a nice flip on there, and boom, you see that crust? That is beautiful. That's exactly how you want it, that nice golden brown gravel on top. So I'm going to take some of that onion jam, and I'm going to put it on the bottom burger. That'll be the thicker one if you're familiar with architecture and how that works. And then, boom, cheese both of these bad boys up and let them start melting down a little bit. While this is going on, I put the buns in, and honestly, I think that this was a bad idea. Looking back, I would have just used a buttered pan and done this, or just left the buns as they were, because this made them just slightly too greasy, but I just wanted to save myself some dishes to be done. Once the burgers are about done, I stack them up and let these two get to know each other a little bit, and the cheese is starting to melt. While that's all happening, I go on the side and I start preparing those buns. Now what I do is I put a little bit of that burger sauce on both sides of the patty because I love it. I put 3 pickles on the bottom, and then I will put a little bit of lettuce on the top as well. I don't like tomatoes or raw onion. It's not my deal. You can do whatever the hell you want. Basically, this video is just to show you the very basic steps of making a delicious burger. So that's all done. We're going to take that out, slide that nicely on top of our pickles, and then top it gently. So I like to use a little bit of parchment, and I wrap up the burger as you're seeing here, and then I fold it under so that the burger is kind of like propped up, and I put that on the plate, and boom. Beautiful presentation. The little paper creates a nice bit of nostalgia like you're at a diner doing it, and that is just a delicious combination of Shake Shack and In-N-Out. I hope you enjoy it. I certainly did, and to prove that, here are the terrible sounds of me eating it unedited with no music. Look at this fat bastard. Notice the fact that I'm breathing heavily and that I don't even finish chewing this bite before I go into the second one. That's how you know it's good. But yeah, there's my fat ass eating it just to show you how much I love this damn burger. I hope you guys love it as well, and I'll see you next time on Hungry for More.